Right, and we are recording. Jill second mic.
Hi, Carolyn.
Hi, Becky. In watching your team and the success you've had over the last 2 years, do you feel like maybe because they've been so good that when they hit a struggle point, they think it's going to come and it just doesn't? A little bit of, this is what we've done in the past and have to kind of change gears and we still got to go get it.
You see flashes of it in the first quarter yesterday. It's funny, it's like my first year, we were 6th in defensive rating. So it's like, okay, we know we can improve in those areas. So the next year we come in really focused to try to be the best defensive team, because I could tell just people are starting to space the floor more. People are running a lot of our sets actually, and running it better than us, quite frankly, at times. So the league is starting to expand. So I was like, okay, so now there's just gonna be more points scored. So we gotta really lean into our defense, and that's really an area that we can get better at. Last year, that's #1 offense, #1 defense, and then this year it's like we're nowhere. We're not even in the conversation, and that's frustrating for them. I think it's frustrating for me. But at the end of the day, defense is a lot of want to. It's a mentality, it's a mindset, it's an edge. And we have it at times. I would say the best word for us is, what I say about the officials a lot of times. The only thing we're consistent at is being inconsistent.
Yeah.
That's us this year.
You're facing LA again after on back-to-back, and I know they played yesterday. What do you need to do? And Hamby's been playing well. I'm not real sure if Erin McDonald is back, but she had a big game, so
She's out, I believe.
okay. So what is going to be key is a team that likes to run, get up and down, and playing on a back-to-back after a frustrating game.
Well, I'm not one for excuses, but us coming back, we haven't played together in a month. We played the best team in the league. And really it was anybody's game for most of that game. We go 3 for 22. Or that's hard to win games like that. It just is. And to give them as many offensive rebounds as we did. So going into today, offensive rebounding, because this is a team that LA has hurt us on the boards. This game today, throw out the scouting report, go freaking play hard and play within our base system, both offensively and defensively, and see what happens. But when we just go rogue defensively or offensively, it starts to look ugly, and that's where you get the inconsistency. And I think that's one thing that is unfamiliar territory for this team, my team, is inconsistency. And that's something that, if you're talking about an identifiable characteristic, what's the DNA of this team? I sure as hell don't want it to be inconsistent. And I would say that's probably what it's been this year. That being said, we go 10-2 before the break. We were kind of rolling in the right direction, but some of the losses that we've had, I think, are inexcusable. So LA has 2 of them. I mean, we're like a quarter of their whole total wins. So clearly they have our number. So we'll see. I'm curious to see how we'll come out, because I felt like yesterday, that's a tough one in the sense of just, we haven't played together. I got 4 players coming back in a 9-hour difference. I mean, I'm hard on them. I hold them accountable, but there is a certain reality too. That's hard to ignore. So today I'm going to get into our bench quicker. And we'll hopefully roll with some fresh soldiers out there.
Can you give your impression of Asia's utilization yesterday? It seemed like she didn't maybe get the type of touches that she usually would, and a lot of the, scoring that she was able to make happen was on her own defense, like steals and pick sixes and stuff like that.
Pick six, huh?
Is that not, I mean, like, what did you, I guess, what do you kind of take away from that?
I mean, that was a team yesterday that they're just so intent on taking away the paint, getting her in space. And when we're not knocking down shots, guess what? Everybody ends up in that paint. I did think there was 2 long stretches that she just didn't touch the ball. Forget about shooting the ball. She didn't touch the ball enough. And we have to move the ball with it. Whoever's shooting is shooting, right? She didn't touch it, and everybody needs to touch it, and it just wasn't moving. And when people are committed, obviously they have really great defenders and like Stewie, and they just let Stewie roam. You know, Stewie was like a free safety if you want to talk football. She was a free safety in there, just kind of roaming around, seeing what she can muck up. And so when we're not hitting threes, you know, the paint gets smaller and smaller. Yeah, I mean, if she doesn't get those like what 3 or 4 steals, and you know, what does that look like? And so we have to do a better recognition as a group on getting her getting touches. And then it doesn't necessarily mean shooting it. Asia has to read the defense too. And I think what happens is when people don't touch the ball enough, then they start forcing. And so we gotta get the ball popping a little bit more. We have to get more cutting. And she gotta touch the ball, period, point blank.
You mentioned taking away the paint. I saw a lot of fans excited because they saw Liz Kitley in a photo with the rest of the team. Have you been able to see her at all? And like, I guess, what are you excited about when she is able to join the team next season?
I don't know how to answer that.
You haven't been able to see her train like practice at all? Is she not practicing at all?
She's not allowed to.
Oh, she can't practice at all.
She's not allowed to practice with the team.
What, she can't do solo
She can
workouts?
work out.
She can do solo workouts.
And you haven't seen them,
No, I have.
and you can't talk.
She's very good. She can't really jump yet. So a lot of her stuff is just stationary. But I mean, she's 23 and 12 in her sleep in college. And she's a workhorse. She's been really, really working hard on her rehab. Great shooting touch. I'm really excited about her. Our group likes her a lot. Like she's a good fit chemistry wise. And she's got a high skill set. So I'm actually curious to see her, but she hasn't been anywhere clear to like play with any kind of contact or anything like that. So it's just basically weight room work and rehab for her, and then stationary shots. But man, those stationary shots look good.
Thank you.
Hey Becky, can you just go over a little bit the time frame for the players that didn't go over to Paris? How much did they take time off? How much did they come together and practice? And also Kate Martin.
You didn't take any time off. I'm calling all the games over there.
That's why my voice sounds the way it does.
You would think I was coaching too with my voice.
I know, right? And Kate Martin, before the break,
Mhm.
had a bit of a lower leg injury, and I know she didn't play a ton yesterday. Is she pretty much through all that? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. As I said, I mean, on the back-to-back with the schedule, how it is, you know, even Meg had a pretty good run there and just getting everybody back in the right time zone in this arena today, hopefully all of us present. Like I said, we'll dig into the depth of the bench a little bit deeper today, and that includes Kate.
Thank you.